morning. As I mentioned today, we're actually going to be closing more deals, making sure that you've got a nurturing checklist. So what I will be doing is I'll be introducing introducing the company, explaining what a sales nurturing checklist is, explaining why you actually need one, the different stages of the buyer's journey, and I'll explain what the buyer's journey is, and then also through it I'll also explain about how I use AI and how AI can actually help you with regards to your marketing campaigns and marketing process. So a little bit about us. We always start off with a little bit of personal things. So yay, me and Steve are data bubble. That's it, which is fantastic. I set the business up 15 years ago. Hence the happy anniversary. 2009. Wow, gosh. Steve then joined the business around about 12 years ago now, and that's us there in Castle Hill, a famous place in Huddersfield. So if you know Huddersfield, you'll know Castle Hill. And I don't do any presentation without a look at our 3 dogs. Now you'll see there at the moment they're trying to capture them. All 3 all together is an absolute nightmare. So that's the best shot this month that I could actually get that. I try and give it a different shot every month if I possibly can. So it gives a little bit of background about us, a little bit of background about us and our what we actually like to do outside of Data Bubble. So sales, marketing. Now, one of the biggest things that business owners do turn around and say is that 65% of companies say that lead generation is their biggest challenge. But again, the other thing that I find astonishing, that you've got a lead, you've actually then got somebody that's interested in your product. 48% of salespeople then don't make a follow-up don't actually make a follow-up call after that initial interaction, which again I find absolutely incredible that people don't actually maintain a communication with people, maintain that you've actually done the hard work with regards to your marketing. Then it's up to you as a salesperson or a business person to actually then maintain that relationship. And then the other one is 80% of sales require at least 5 follow-up calls for somebody to turn around and say yes. So it is about staying in communication with people at every stage of the process, and I'll go on to the processes later. So why do you need a lead nurturing checklist? Well, it provides consistency within your business. So every lead is actually created and maintained and engaged with consistently. It's more effective, again, more efficient with regards to your time. You know that it could be on a workflow or a process that actually interacts and then reminds you that you can actually call that person or email that person. So it's really then effective. And it also allows you to track any leads. So if there's any drop-off or any blockage, then you can track where you're losing your leads, where you're losing your sales, or where you are actually at that stage in the process, and therefore you can make improvements. And above all, it's about increasing your conversion rates. So a case study, we implemented a lead nurturing process for a client, and they found that a 30% increase after implementing the checklist that we actually did, which is absolutely great because it allowed them to actually have high value leads. The nurturing process was personalized and targeted for them, and they were able to track the process. But again, that's a great reason, if anything, to actually have a lead nurturing checklist. What if you could actually increase your conversion rates by 30%, then it's a fantastic way to actually boost your business. So what are the steps to a lead nurturing process? or a checklist, should I say. One is to identify the leads. So I'll go into that later, and segment your leads. Then score your leads to see which ones are going to be better than others. And then it's identify where they are on the buyer's journey and provide them relevant information and content at that particular journey. And again, tools that can actually help you. I've actually got some AI prompts and a CRM and an automation tool is what I would also recommend, which you can then create either CRM and automate your workflows. So first of all, let's take that in stages. So identifying and segmenting your leads. What do I mean by that? If anybody calls in to you and says, right, okay, can I have a quote or can I have some more information with regards to your business? It's make sure that you are collecting the correct information. It's not just giving them the information and then putting the phone down. I might be teaching you to suck eggs, but do you know what? Sometimes people just don't take any information. The first thing that you must do is take the company details, so the name of the caller, the telephone number, the company name, minimum, ideally a website and ideally the address, but any other relevant information. And again, when I say other relevant information is what product or service are they actually after? What service have they made an inquiry about? Because that will allow you to then segment your leads into which product or service they're actually interested in. And again, this goes on to your segmenting your leads. You can segment your leads however you want. You might turn around and say, right, okay, I want to segment my leads by industry, the level of engagement. So it could be that they have actually just made an initial inquiry, or you've actually made a quote. There's a different stage of that segmentation. So it's the different stage of the buyer's journey that you actually want to be able to segment and prioritize. And that's where we come on to next, which is your lead scoring. What you can do, you can actually put in a score as to industry. So there might be two types of industry that you're really targeting and you know that you do really well with, or a non-targeted. So that could be somebody that turns around and says, right, okay, I'm interested in your products, but do you actually have any other, are they part of your ideal target market? Don't mean to say that you drop them at all, but your ideal target market might have a stronger score. Again, you could actually then score your prospect that comes in by the job title or by the person that calls. I get a lot of telephone calls from people that turn around and says, oh, my boss has asked me to ask for information or get information. I know that they're not a decision maker, and my ideal target, thing that I want to do is make sure that I can then speak to the decision maker. So therefore, I can score that lead to turn around and say, well, I know that it's an inquiry, but I really then want to move it on to the decision maker. Or again, if the turn around and says, well, it could be a salesperson that comes to me for a quote who are influencing the decision to the sales director or sales manager. So again, there's three different areas that you could actually then score your leads: company size, amount of employees, and again, the behavior, whether they've actually requested a quote, whether they've just opened one of your emails, whether they've contacted with you on LinkedIn. Score that particular lead. And what you can then do is identify your hot prospects, your medium prospects, and your lower level prospects. So therefore, you know that you're then concentrating on your top prospects, which again, if you turn around and say 50 plus, if you do a scoring, then you can actually say, right, okay, at 50, we know that at 50 plus, they are sales ready and ready to purchase. So it gives you some indication as to what level of details or what level of buying decision or process they are actually on the buying journey. So what I'll do now is explain about the buying journey. So understanding the buying journey. First is awareness. Second is consideration. Third is decision. And then post is post purchase. So I'll go into each of the decisions, buying stages shortly. But one thing that you've got to do is make sure that you've got relevant contact at each stage of that buying decision. What you don't want to be doing is sending introduction manuals to people that are at the awareness stage, because that's going to be pointless. So I'll explain a little bit more. So let's take awareness. Buying journey, awareness. So that is raising awareness that somebody's got a potential problem. You might have seen it on television that you go, oh, right, okay, that advertisement actually speaks to you. Or it doesn't. So that is raising awareness. Sometimes you'll see an advertisement or a thing on LinkedIn, a post on LinkedIn, or you'll get an email through and it'll turn around and say, right, okay, do you want this particular product? Do you want data to increase your sales? That is raising awareness. But also, what you also need to do within that is then prompt the person to actually see whether they have actually got a problem. They might turn around and say, well, no, I've not got a problem. But within that communication, you need to be able to show that you understand their problems. And if they are searching for solutions, that you are the best solution. So you need to make sure that your service is the best solution during this process. The objective of the buying decision awareness is raise awareness of your product or services, highlight a potential challenge, a potential pain point, and then say to them, right, okay, I've got the solution. So, for example, a client may turn around and say, it could be an accountant. He could do an email campaign. Do you have problems with your accounts? And then he would turn around and then say, right, okay, here's the problems that we turn around and find that you face when you're doing accounts. It might be accounts for a small business that full of paperwork, and we can sort your paperwork. So you're actually then presenting the solution, and you're also you're posing the question, you're presenting the solution, and then saying, right, okay, we can actually help. So the marketing material needs to be awareness. Again, data from Data Bubble, yeah. Emails, letters, social medias, blogs, and websites are a great way to actually raise your awareness. The AI prompts that I would recommend is understanding your buyer persona, understanding your client, understanding their challenges and their needs. Email marketing, outbound email marketing, so you can actually do prompts for email marketing, your letters, your blogs, and your social media. Again, shameless plug for Data Bubble. Yeah, why use data? I've got to get it in there. So yeah, we provide accurate data for outbound marketing, and it is at that stage of awareness, and it is actually turning around to people and say, have you got a problem? We can provide that solution. Reason that you can use Data Bubble is that we're independent, we've got access to the whole market, and you also get our advice. If you do want to, by all means, book a conversation with me again, or otherwise visit the website. I think Blessing's actually going to put details in the chat to book an appointment with us. So the next stage of the buyer journey is consideration. So that could be when somebody turns around and says, actually, I have got a problem. I know that I have got a problem. I'm going to search for that particular solution. So they might turn around and they might go to 3 or 4 different companies to actually get that solution. So what they're doing is they're asking for recommendations. They're asking questions about that problem that they've actually got. So they're there in comparing mode or research mode. So they want detailed information, they want comparisons, they want testimonials, they want reassurance that you are the best solution. So their pain points could be they're undecisive. They're looking at different solutions. So with regards to your marketing, you need to make sure that your product and service is the only option. or the best option. So how you do that is you actually have landing pages for people to download an ebook, provide them with social proof. That might be your testimonials, it might be your Google ratings, it could be your recommendations on LinkedIn, but you're providing evidence to people that you are the best solution. And again, how to actually do ebooks. I use designer.io to actually create an ebook. Fantastic way of actually creating an ebook. And also you can use AI prompts to create white papers, as well as then any other ebook material for your landing page, etc. So the next stage of your buyer journey is the decision. They've actually making the decision. That's when they've actually made the decision to contact you and request a quote. They might even make a purchase, which is fantastic. What your job at that time is, you need to reassure people that they are making the right time. So therefore you want to finalize that decision. So therefore that sales contact needs to be slick. It needs to be smooth. It needs to be reassuring that client that they've made the right decision and alleviate any last minute doubts. So with regards to your marketing, your objective is to reassure the decision and start to deliver. Again, your marketing material or your sales process is making sure that your sales contact is right, making sure that your sales process is correct, whether that be demonstration by live demos, webinars, but you're holding their hand through that decision process, making sure that they have made the right decision. And again, this is where case studies can actually help, and testimonials. And this again, AI can actually help you with creating your testimonials, user manuals, as well as then any case studies. So therefore it's guiding that person to reassure them that they've made the right decision. So the next process is post-purchase. So what people are actually doing during this time is that they've either made the decision, they've turned around and says, yes, I want to actually go through. You've got to then deliver the results. But that don't mean to say that you stop all communication or you stop everything with them. You actually then turn around and say, right, okay, we're delivering the results, but the customer is then also evaluating your process and evaluating your results. So customers may need a onboarding service, as well as then delivering the results process. And afterwards, they would then need a referral scheme so that people then can actually refer you. And again, you also ask for testimonials at this time. The other pain points that clients can actually get at this point is, if anything, how the experience went, if there was any unexpected problems, and how you resolve them, making sure that you resolve them in a good, timely, efficient, professional manner. Because let's face it, not everything goes 100% to plan as it should do. So therefore, how you handle that unexpected problems and how you deal with them is testament to you, and how you then guide your client through that. So again, with regards to marketing or the information that clients actually need during this process, they need to know that they're going to get the results. So once they have actually got the results, you need confirmation that they are satisfied with them particular results. So you ask that by getting customer feedbacks. You also then do satisfaction surveys along the process. Again, at which point, once you've actually delivered the process or partway through, you could also then turn around and say, right, okay, I am actually going to ask for referrals or testimonials, because there are other people that are going to be in that same situation. So you might as well share the love. AI prompts that can actually help you during that time is creating a survey, testimonials and referral requests, whether that be by email, LinkedIn, or again, old-fashioned letter. Hey. So what I recommend is getting the right content at the right time. So map out each stage of your buyer's journey. So for example, if you're talking about an IT software, that could be quite a long process and a long sell. So therefore, after that initial buyer making sure that awareness, you make sure that you are actually then creating content for that particular time, so that you're keeping in regular contact at every stage of the buyer's journey. How you can do that, you can create a content calendar, plan and schedule. Now, I do that by creating a workflow on my CRM system. So therefore I can turn around and say, send that email at that particular time. And that's, again, when you actually know the process of the buyer stage, you can then create that information, and then you've also then got a steady flow of leads, because you know when to contact people and you know when to actually make a telephone call or when to actually do an email, etc. Because half the time it's already serviced. I mentioned AI. This is the service that I actually use. It's GPT. You can download it by your desktop, Android or iPhone. The reason that I use chat is because 80% of people do actually use chat. That's how you can actually download that information. And these are the kind of prompts that I do actually created a buyer persona one there, and I've created offers, emails, drip sequences, ebooks, and social media posts. Book a call with me, and I will go through some of the prompts, which is the offer that I'll be presenting at the end. So what you want to do is engage through multiple channels. It's not just about emailing them or making sure that you do actually call them. It's making the emails personalized for them, creating a drip campaign that turns around and says, right, okay, at the awareness stage, this is the drip campaign. Once they've actually made a quote, once they've made an inquiry, it's again creating another drip campaign that can actually then make sure that they're on a workflow, or drip campaign or workflow, that they're then contacted they're spoken to or emailed on a regular basis. Use social media, connect with them on LinkedIn, connect with them via other social media. It might be Facebook, it could be Instagram. Use retargeting ads. If they've actually made an inquiry, you know that they are actually interested, or they've gone onto your website, retarget them people. They've made some sign of indication that they are actually interested in your product or service. And again, if it's if it's viable, then get your top target, your top 50%, the people that actually score highly on your lead scoring, and then sending them a letter. Letters do actually cut through email marketing as well. So it's making sure that you use all different channels to actually keep in contact with your ideal client or with your prospect, etc. Track and measure. As with any marketing or any sales, you make sure that you track and measure, because that way you can identify what's working, what's not working, where leads are getting stuck, how you can actually resolve that, and gather feedback from your team, get the feedback from your client, and adjust accordingly. It's not a fixed thing. It's a movable beast that you can actually move around. So always test, measure, and track. So the actionable steps from today is, get accurate data to create awareness. Gather information with regards to your lead information. What information do you actually need? Set up a lead scoring system to segment your data, or segment your leads and segment your different people at the different buyer persona. So therefore you actually want to then create the contact at each different stage. Marketing tools that I've mentioned, I use a CRM system, I use email service provider for outbound marketing, Designer, which is another one that I use with regards to creating ebooks, and I test and measure. If it's going wrong, if it's going brilliant, then fantastic. If I can tweak it, then brilliant. But the goal of any nurturing system is to boost your conversions. So again, that is key, because at the end of the day, we're out there to boost our conversions and boost our business. So, special offer, I do actually do a 1-hour AI tutorial where I do actually go through, introduce you to AI, chat GPT, as well as then provide you with marketing prompts that are tailored for your business. So if you do actually want that, it's £59 plus VAT for a 1-hour session. And again, I'm happy to do, if you turn around and say, right, okay, I want to do buyer persona and I want to do email marketing, no problem, or buyer persona and then create a blog, or blog, email, no problem. It's tailored specifically for you, and I'm happy to actually introduce ChatGPT to you. Services with regards to Data Bubble. Again, shameless plug. Yay! We provide business lists for marketing. We provide data cleaning. So what that is identifying any deceased or companies that have actually not trading anymore. Plus, we can add on information. So we can add on the company size. We can add on an email address, or add on an alternative contact within the company. So that's the data cleaning. We also offer print and mailing services. So please do visit databubble.co.uk for more information. And as I say, look on Google. We have actually got more 4.9 stars rating than our competitors, making us the most trusted list broker in the UK. So, any questions, by all means. That's the end of the presentation. As I said, usually 25, 35 minutes, depending on what people are actually wanting to discuss. But yeah, book in a 20-minute discovery call or 30-minute discovery call with me, no problems. And if anybody's got any questions, happy to answer any questions. So one of the questions that has actually come in from Alan, let's have a look. What are your thoughts on AI chatbots for websites for lead generation? I think they have the place, personally. They can guide and provide you with information. However, for me, it's got to be a slick process. I know that whenever this, so for example, I bank with a well-known bank, and I can be 20 minutes waiting for a chatbot to actually then get to a real person. That for me is what you're using the chatbot for. That is not slick. That is not. It's for me, it's not good customer service. If your chatbot has got the full information that customers are asking questions for, then that's fantastic. But when it stumbles, when chat doesn't know the full question, the answers to all the questions that you actually want, and when you're actually setting up a chatbot, my advice would be to brainstorm every single possible question that people actually ask, to then give that information, so therefore it's not making it up. And that's one thing that AI can think, oh, well, I'm trying to be over helpful. I'm trying to be helpful here. And I can make it up. And unfortunately, there are limitations to chat and chat box. So that's my suggestion with regards to that. So any other questions? One of the questions that I am actually asked is ChatGPT. Would I go for a paid version or a free version? There is a paid version. There is a free version. Personally, I started off with the free version, and I found that I'm getting so much benefit from it that I actually did increase to a paid for version. That does give me extra abilities to add on extra information. So I can upload, say, like an Excel spreadsheet, or I can upload a PDF document, and it can read the PDF document rather than me having to type it in. And that, for me, is a big time saver. So that's one of the reasons that I do actually use chat paid for. So anything else? I'll stop sharing now. I'll go back to the room. So if there's any other questions, by all means ask now, or otherwise I shall close the event. I hope that was beneficial for you. And yeah, thank you very much for attending.